we sat down to production meetings, when I used to go to a production meeting with my director, Sasaki-san, and my producer, Dayajiri-san, they'd go through the matches one by one. And they wouldn't go through and say, okay, this is why Jerome Lebana's good. This is why Mark Hunt is good. This is why Ray Sepho's good. This is why Nesto Hustel good. They go, Michael, here's the storyline. Okay, let me give you an example here. 2001 K1 World Grand Prix, Jerome Lebana, Mark Hunt quarterfinal. Okay, it's not about technique. It's not about, well, Jerome's been around for the longer. He's got the better technique. Mark is still a virtual unknown who's just a slugger. That's not going to put bums on seats, not going to put eyes on the television. The story is Jerome Lebana's the golden boy. He's the golden boy that's never won the big one, never won the K1 World Grand Prix, but this year is his year. He's had great run-up, great form leading up to it. This is his chance to become the big star and finally win the big one. All the money, all the marketing, all the TV, everything is on him. But here's this chunky New Zealand Samoan dude called Mark Hunt who's got a big punch. But the stories come out recently that Mark Hunt once got hit by a truck, got run over by a truck and got up after it. Didn't go to hospital, wasn't hurt. So then at the press conference, the media surround Mark Hunt and say, Mark, is it true you got run over by a truck once and you got up, didn't go to hospital? And Mark goes, yep, it's true. It happened in Auckland. And just think, guys, if a truck hit me on a road and it could have knocked me out, what chance does Jerome Lebana, with all of his so-called fabled knockout power, have of knocking me out? The story was set. You had this hatred between the two guys because Mark showed no fear of Jerome. Jerome had this arrogance about him, and we were painting this arrogance. The arrogance, he turned his nose up at everybody, Jerome Lebana. Huh. Even at Mark, the way they stare down before the fight, it's like he looks at Mark as if to say, who do you think you are, little fat man? Who do you think you are to share the ring with me, the great Jerome Lebana? And Mark, who came out to the ring with his T-shirt saying bad coconut, just sort of stares at him, does this. All right, we'll see. First round of the fight, Jerome Lebana owns Mark Hunt, owns him for 3 rounds. Inside, outside, leg kicks are hitting Mark's thigh. He's beating Mark to the punch. He's getting on the inside, landing combination, getting out of range. Mark cannot hit him flush. Second round, Mark changes it. Mark decides to suck Lebana in. He drops his hands, invites Lebana to hit him on the chin. Lebana stupidly takes the bait, moves in for a slugfest, and that's when Mark tags him, sucks him into a street fight, hits him with a 16-punch combination that knocks him out on his feet. By the 11th punch, he was out. Eyes rolled back in his head. Mark gets in like 5 more punches, and Lebana sinks to the canvas like the Titanic hitting an iceberg. It's the most amazing Cinderella story, I think, in sports history. The Mark goes on to win the K1 Grand Prix. These are the stories, coming back to your original question, Fabrizio, that made K1 so big, so huge. Stories that everyone around the world, particularly in Japan, could embrace and made these guys more than just athletes in a ring. They made these guys superheroes. They were on noodle boxes. They were on car advertisements. They were on billboards everywhere. They were on TV game shows, on comic strips, in comic books. They were larger than life.